Chris.
Good morning, Bart.
How are
Good
you
morning,
doing?
Andy. Good to see you
Good
guys
to see
again.
you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I want to compliment you. I noticed on the police blotter last week there was an incident where someone tried to get away from a Jackson police officer, and he suspended a chase. He decided not to chase him. And I was glad to see that because I've heard about these police chases, innocent people, bystanders.
Well, it can get scary, right, at a certain speed.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have a policy?
Yes, we certainly have a policy
I love that
regarding
policy.
Police vehicle pursuits. And, the law also gives us parameters that we have to abide by as well. But probably the most important piece when it comes to that is the training perspective to the policy, to ensure that, they do not have to chase. They have some discretion here, depending on what the crime is, or even if it's just a traffic ticket, or if they're stopping a vehicle for, say, a broken headlight,
Sure.
and the vehicle takes off, is that worth it? If we know we have an underage driver, who's not an adult but a juvenile, and they take off, we're certainly not going to put them, our officer, or at the community at large at risk.
Right, but don't think you're going to get away with it because everyone has a Ring doorbell and your car is going to show up.
Cameras everywhere.
There is, there is.
Well,
So.
yes,
Gotcha.
indeed. There's certainly some investigative pieces that we do. So, yes.
That's great to
Well,
hear.
thank you. I'm glad you paid attention to that.
Yeah. Well, we are excited because we've got a great holiday coming up,
Yes, we do.
Veterans Day.
Oh,
And
yes.
You guys are participating with Young People of Purpose. You actually will be the keynote speaker.
Indeed. I talked to Diane Washington last year, and it was close to Veterans Day, and she wanted me to come out for her event. I just couldn't make it. It was kind of a last minute. And she booked ahead. She says, well, next year, we're doing it big. We're going to the Martin Luther King Center, and I want you to be our guest speaker. I said, absolutely. And it certainly is my honor to speak to the veterans about my service, about the service of veterans. I was lucky enough probably 3 years ago and spoke with the Vietnam veterans, and that was fantastic.
Well, thank you. Yeah, happy early Veterans Day, and thank you, of course, for your service.
Thank you.
We certainly appreciate you. What will your message be to the community? That
I haven't wrote it yet.
Okay.
I usually wait. Probably this weekend, I'll
Okay.
start putting some things down. But it's certainly going to be something related to service, dedication, and perseverance.
Yeah.
And those things, in my 30 years in the military, certainly is highlighted for who I am today.
Chief,
So-
how important is it for us to not only celebrate the veterans, but their families as well?
Oh my God, yes. That's a very good point. I told my wife, I did 30 years. I said, well, you did 30 years with me.
Right.
With the deployment to Iraq for 13 months. So it is very important. The families certainly have a foot in the door when it comes to that because of the support, because of, even sometimes the grief behind everything
Sure.
of being out of the home, and in different countries, training. I mean, it is an endeavor, especially if you're on a reserve component. Active duty, I served active duty for 4 years as well. And for the families there, same ordeal. And they rotated more overseas than we did
Sure.
as a reserve component.
Wow, 30 years. That's really amazing, and it's so unusual, really, to be a career military and also have several post-military careers, but also you've had careers as a civilian while you've been in the military.
Yes, indeed. It was not easy. And when I got out of high school, I decided I was going to the Army. I didn't have the confidence at that time to move forward to go to college. Not that I wasn't smart enough, I just didn't have the confidence. And I became an infantryman, airborne, the whole nine. And confidence was no longer an issue for me when I came out.
Right.
There was nothing on this earth I didn't think I could do if I really put my mind to it. And here we are today.
Yeah.
And I had planned on doing 4 years. I came out, they said, try the reserve component. It was National Guard. And 26 years later, a deployment later, I mean, I just fell in love with it. You're not going to get rich, but you gain some richness of your life through the principles that they provide for you.
I don't think we've ever had this event before. I think this is the first time we're having a Veterans Day celebration luncheon, and it's being presented by Young People of Purpose and the Sauk Trail Post Auxiliary, and it's free. All are welcome. They just need to show up at the Sauk Trail Post on East Prospect Street, which is just off of Cooper, and that will of course be on the 11th of the 11th, and it runs from 2 to actually we've got 2. I'm
Yes.
sorry,
Yeah,
2.
there's the Martin
2.
Luther King.
Yes,
Where
the
Chris is.
luncheon is at the King Center.
No. The celebration is at the King Center. The
Celebration.
luncheon is at Sauk Trail.
I got it backwards.
You did.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
did. Shout out to Diane Washington and all that she's doing in this
She is
community. She
fantastic.
couldn't be here with us this morning, but she is just really making a difference.
She really is. I would support her in all the endeavors that
Yeah.
she does. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you coming in today.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate
Yeah,
seeing
thank
you
you.
guys again. And I'll see you Thursday.
I'll see you Thursday morning
Yes,
at Wake
indeed.
Up Jackson.
Well, that's right. You are hosting Wake Up Jackson, and you are the guest.
That's right.
Yes,
Fireside
indeed.
chat. So stop by 49 South at 8 a.m. on Thursday to see more of Chris and I.
JPD Police Chief Chris Simpson. More of the morning show after this.